Well, when I go through my realm in life and the struggles that we've gone through as a family and as an individual, it hones you and it breaks you. There's no room for arrogance or pride.
Life has filed and filed and filed, and there has been suffering. Yeah. I remember when Jonathan was born, and we didn't have a child with disabilities in our family. I didn't know what that was even like. The heartbreaking discussions we would have over his brain scans or the hospitalizations. And now when you preach on Jonathan and Mephibosheth, it's in your heart. I think that's what mentoring you're talking about.
Yes, and I'm going to pick up on your comment about life, and I'm going to use a phrase from Philip Yancey, one of my favorite Christian writers. Life has a grinding power. I'm going to pause and let that sink in. My mentor, Bob Newkirk, taught me when you run across the word Selah in the Psalms, just think in your mind, pause, and let that sink in. This is one of those Selah moments, grinding power. Only other mothers who go through what you go through and have gone through for these almost 30 years with our dear Jonathan understand that grinding power. Well, when I go through my realm in life and the struggles that we've gone through as a family and as an individual, it hones you and it breaks you. There's no room for arrogance or pride. My first year in seminary, I was sitting in this first row of the chapel, and I was listening to the very fine mission speaker from another seminary who was a guest. And I don't remember his subject or anything. I remember one line. It'll stay with me all my life. When God wants to do an impossible task, he takes an impossible person and crushes him. I've been crushed. You have been crushed by life's grinding power.
And sometimes it doesn't stop.
Oh. No. And God plans not only, get this, not only the depth of a test, but the length of it. Mm-hmm. Some of them are pretty much lifetime. Some of them are 10-year. Some of them longer, some of them less. The depth is there, but the length, it goes on and on and on. Well, there's no way you could put that into words, you know. And then as a preacher, as an expositor of the scriptures, that bleeds into what I'm going to say when I deliver a message. The Lord was so great when he was mentoring his own. And they were often impatient. They were often short-sighted, like we can all be. And he said to them on one occasion, oh man, inasmuch as you've done it to the least of these, my brothers, you've done it unto me. Let me teach a little Greek here. There's a syntactical phrase called a restrictive attributive. You don't need to remember that, but it's in the wording of the Greek sentence, the emphatic part of the verse is placed on the adjective. So it could be read, inasmuch as you've done it unto these, even the least of these, my brothers, you've done it unto me. Another one, I'm the vine, even the true one. Translated, I'm the true vine. I'm the good shepherd. I'm the shepherd, even the good one. Those are all restrictive attributives, and they highlight the adjective. In this case, I love them all, especially those Down syndrome children and a host of other special needs, which has caused us in our church to really focus on and highlight the value of ministering to those with special needs. I commend you for not just learning life and how to deal with it with your special needs son, our grandson, but turning it around and developing your whole reframing ministry. Where you've had to do that in your life. Toby and your husband has had to do that in his life. And you do that as a couple. It's just second nature. We would plan an evening and you'd call at the last minute and you say, I'm just probably not going to be able to come. Jonathan just had a seizure. We need to be here with him. Absolutely. Inasmuch as you have done it unto them, even the least of them, you've done it to me.